Hey there, you made it to day 4 of the Find Your Marketing Wow Challenge. Thank you guys for your tenacity, for sticking with this journey and staying with me and each other on this journey. I'm loving the interaction that's happening in our Facebook group. So thank you, thank you. Lots of great engagement and support, and I really appreciate you. So today we're going to go into what I think personally is the most fun and most important part of your marketing wow. So quick recap of what we've done so far. We started on day 1 by looking at your power and understanding what your unique gifts are that you bring into your business. Then we talked about embracing your unique personality, quirks and all, right? And then we talked about in day 3, we kind of flipped the switch and looked outside of you for a moment to talk about who is that ideal client for you. Now, there's obviously a theme running through all of this. It's really all about building a business that celebrates, that honors you. Because that's my belief, is that, you started this business for a reason. You started this business so that you could do something that you're passionate about and that leverages your strengths and that allows you to share your voice. So that's kind of my go-to in everything that I do, hence the name Marketing from Within. And that actually leads me perfectly into what we're going to be talking about today, which is the 4th P, which is your perspective. So your perspective is that stand that you take in your business. It's that big idea you want to share with the world. And it's really the heart of your brand. And we're going to talk about how to get to that big idea, how to get to that perspective in a moment. But I want you to just understand, of course, that you are a service-based entrepreneur, most likely, or you wouldn't be in this group. And if you're selling a product, if you're branding yourself, then you're still selling yourself, right? So, but typically the people who I work with are the service-based entrepreneurs. And what you're doing is selling yourself. It's all about branding you. And so it's important that you really let people into the world of who you really are. So we talked about that with regards to personality, and it's equally important, if not more so, in sharing your perspective. Okay, so hopefully everybody can hear me okay and see me okay. Give me a quick shout out if you can. Doot, 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 thumbs up, little heart, whatever you want to do. I see we have people here. All right. Oh, by the way, do you notice the different background? Do you notice? I am in my living room, kind of. We just renovated our house. So we have this big island, which is where I'm sitting now. And then behind me is sort of the living area space. And I have a stray dog running around with my dog in the background in my backyard. So I wanted to kind of be out here, keep an eye on them. It's a neighbor's dog. Don't even ask. Anyway, you might see them come to the back door there. Okay, cool. So let's talk about, hey, Marisa. Hey, Rachel. Thank you guys. Okay, cool. So let's talk about why it matters to share your perspective. So first of all, probably what I think is one of the most important reasons is that it allows you to stand out from everybody else. I talk about this in great detail in my webinar that I do about messaging, where I talk about the importance of taking a stand and sharing that stand so you can really stand out from everybody else. Because one of the things that I think is really important to understand is that there are going to be a lot of people who do what you do, no matter what niche you're in. There are going to be people who do what you do, who serve the same ideal client as you, but there's no one else who does what you do and takes the same stand as you. So it's a really wonderful opportunity for you to stand out and position yourself as the leader that you are. And, it took me a while to really embrace the fact that, yeah, I'm a leader. I don't need to be a shout it from the rooftops leader. I can still be a leader and share my big message and my big idea. And you are a leader in your own right as well. So a really valuable way of standing out and being a leader is by sharing your perspective. The other reason it's important to be able to identify and communicate your unique perspective is that it allows you to attract the ideal clients who really value you. You know, in the earlier days of your business, and I remember this very well, you know, I was attracting lots of clients, but it was only when I got really clear on my stand and started communicating it in everything that I put out there that I attracted the ideal clients, the ones who value not just who, you know, what you do, but who you are. And those are the people that you really want to attract into your business, right? So that's the second important reason for sharing your perspective. And then the third important reason is that you're here to make a difference. You are here to have an impact on other people, on the world, whatever the case might be. And when you can really get clear on your perspective, on your stand, and you communicate it in everything that you do, that's when you can really make the difference that you're here to make. Do you see how that fits together? So I really think it's important, like this is the heart of your brand. This is the most important part of your message, is really being clear on what you stand for, what your unique perspective is. So in today's email, I shared a few ideas on how you can identify or clarify this perspective that you bring to your business. So I'll just quickly run through some of those ideas. So the first thing is to think about why you're passionate about what you do. Now, I do want to draw a bit of a distinction here. So as an example, when I started my business, it was because I didn't want to go back to the corporate world and I wanted to find a way to be home with my kids. And if I were targeting mompreneurs and really helping them, you know, start a business and be able to work from home, then I would probably put more of my perspective about that piece in there. But it's not necessarily, your perspective is not necessarily connected to why you started your business. It can be more about why you do what you do. Not why do you have a business, but why do you do what you do in your business? Okay, it's like that deeper meaning of what you're here to really do. It's really tied to the impact that you're here to make. So for some people, like Vina, I don't know if Vina's here with us, Vina was talking about working with moms who want to have more time freedom, and she teaches them how to be social media managers so they can really have that freedom to be with their kids. So that perspective might work into Vina's unique perspective. I don't know. We haven't explored it. It's just an example for you, okay? All right, so the second way to sort of hone in on this perspective is what I call your soapbox. So when you're being interviewed, when you're talking, when you're blogging, you're going to find like this idea, the big idea that just keeps bubbling up inside of you. And you just, when you start talking about it, you just get so passionate about it. And it's like, you know, it's your soapbox. So that's another really valuable way of identifying what that big idea is for you. Third is the impact that you're here to make. We touched on this earlier. So when you think about if you were, like I gave the example in the email, if you had a room full of people in front of you and you had like just 30 seconds to communicate something to them that would make a big difference in their lives, what would you want to say to them? Now, again, this isn't about what you do. This is about the message you want them to understand, the perspective you want to understand that can help change their thinking, that can help them see things in a new way. So just one example for you. I've mentioned this example to some people in my community before, but I think it's such a cool one. So my brother Steve, he's quite a character, but he was a very, very successful entrepreneur. And he had his second marriage. He had a baby who had Down syndrome. And he just became really passionate about helping families who have a child with Down syndrome really, get the resources that they need. I mean, he's very fortunate. He's, very successful entrepreneur, as I said, so he has that ability, but not everybody does. But he also had a big mission about really communicating to the world that these children are special. And so he came up with this big idea of basically, my daughter has designer genes. Like, she is special and she's here to be celebrated. And so it started as a simple Facebook page. And on that Facebook page, people were just celebrating their children with Down syndrome, submitting photos, telling stories. He ended up, it was just about 2 years ago that he started this, and he has built an amazing nonprofit foundation based on that big idea of celebrating our unique children with Down syndrome. So that's the kind of thing that I'm talking about. It can start as just an idea bubbling into you, and it can grow into something amazing. By the way, you can go to his Facebook page if you want to check it out. Kids with Down syndrome is his Facebook page. Okay, now the fourth way to identify what pisses you off is what pisses you off, okay? So when you look at the way things are typically done in your niche, what is it that you see that you go, that's just not right? No, I don't agree with that. I see a better way. I see a different way. So for me, it started with, everybody saying, well, choose a target market, figure out what they want, and just tell them what they want to hear. And I was like, no, I don't want to do that. We deserve better than that as entrepreneurs. I'm not in the corporate world anymore. I don't have to do what you want me to. I'm here to do what I love and leverage my skills and share my voice. And I want to empower other entrepreneurs to really own the value that they bring to the table and really make it the heart of their business. And be empowered to, yes, connect with your ideal clients and share your message in a way that really connects with their hearts and minds. But don't forget about you. Put your heart and your mind in everything that you bring to your business. So what is it that you see that other people in your niche are doing that you have a different perspective on? Now, remember, it's not about just choosing something for the sake of choosing something or for the sake of standing out, or God forbid of just trying to create some controversy, because that's manufactured. The other day we talked about manufactured vulnerability. This is manufactured controversy. We don't want that. This is your authentic message, your authentic perspective that you're here to share. Okay? So before we wrap up, I want to share any questions so far, by the way, guys. Just pop them in, whether you're listening live or in the replay. I'll go back and address them. Is this connecting with you so far, what I'm sharing? Let me know. There's a little bit of a delay, so I'm going to keep going, but I want to hear some thoughts from what we're sharing so far. And as I said, you know how it works on Facebook Live, eh? Like, when you're listening to the replay, your comment will come up at the time of the present of what I'm sharing. It's pretty cool. Anyway, hopefully this is resonating with you guys and it's making good sense to you. So I want to talk to you for just a moment. Thank you, Marisa. Thank you, Marisa. Yes, love you. Thank you. Okay, cool. Did you see how I did that too? That's really cool. This is called BeLive.tv. BeLive.tv. If you're wondering how I'm doing this, you can do Facebook Live right from your computer. That's a new thing. But I use this service called BeLive, like BeLive. Thank you, Mish. You see that? See how I just put Mish's thing up there? Cool, right? You can do that with this thing called BeLive.tv. It's totally free. And I can put people's comments up on the screen there, and I can do it right from my desktop, so I don't have to stand there holding a phone. Cool, right? All right. So the next thing I wanted to address with you is, where do you use this? How do you... Ooh, let's see. Nina says, I need more ideas on how to incorporate your position into your messaging. Okay, so Vina, that's a great question. This is not a course, if you will, or a channel. Sorry, I'm just getting uncomfortable here. This is not, I'm not teaching about messaging per se here, but we're going to talk more about that tomorrow. Okay, so one of the things that I talk about a lot is that once you get clear on this perspective, it's what I call your core message. Again, I'm not going to be teaching how to create a core message here. What I wanted to focus on is the big idea, and then finessing it into the exact words is something that I help my clients do, or we do in the Stand Out With Your Message program, to really distill it down to like one sentence. Okay. But in terms of how to use it, which is I think what you're asking about, is let me share that with you now. Okay, so some ways that you'll use it. First of all, once you're clear on it, and especially, once we can distill it even more clearly, but even once you have that nugget of the idea of your perspective, you're actually going to use it everywhere. You're going to use it everywhere because it's the heart of your brand. So here's the thing. We have so much information coming at us, especially online, like so much noise, right? So what I think is really important is that every time you share your message, in every type of copy that you put out there, written or spoken, whether it's a blog post, an email, an interview, a video training, a webinar, whatever it is that you're doing, you need to incorporate that perspective so people have a consistent message from you and a real understanding of what you stand for. It's so important because we have to be hit over the head with things over and over again. People want to know what you stand for in your business. And the more you can incorporate it into everything that you do, the more people will really get it. And I have to tell you guys, I have an application form on my website. You feel free to go look at it. It's go talkwithcindy.com. Talkwithcindy.com. And on there, that's what I have people fill out if they want a consultation with me. And one of the questions I have on there is, why do you think I might be the right person to help you? And I'm making up the stat, but let's say 9 times out of 10, what I hear is that I really like your message about marketing from within. And it's not just because that's the name of my business. It's because it reinforced that perspective in everything that I do. Okay, so people need to see it over and over again for it to really resonate with them. And that's what's going to create that more of emotional connection with people. So I call this the heart piece of your messaging. And you want to communicate from your head and your heart. So it's important that you infuse it in every opportunity that you have to share your message. Okay, so it's everywhere. To get a little bit more specific, one of the best places to do it is when you're telling your personal story. So let's say how you're doing a webinar, you tell your story, you're speaking, you tell your story. It's a great place to insert that, as well as your about page. So the about page of your website is actually one of the most visited pages of your website. I'm sure you've heard that before, right? So it's a really, really important page of your website because people, again, they don't just want to know what you do, they want to know who you are. So this is a little copywriting thing on about pages. It has to be about your ideal client. You have to still speak to them, but it also has to incorporate what you're all about. Not credentials. People don't really care about that so much. They want to know what you stand for. They want to know why you do what you do. They want to know what your unique powers are. They want to know who you are. So it's so important to incorporate all of these things. Okay, great place to do it. All right, so I like to keep these really, really concise. If there's any other questions, let me go back. So Christine, hey Christine, seems this is about how we innately resonate with the world and specifically our clients. I love that such an emphasis on being authentically me. Yes, absolutely. And what it is that, sorry, my lighting is off. It is about your unique perspective, and it will your ideal clients. Because again, the ideal clients for you don't just value what you do, but who you are. They have that connection. And so it's really important that you feel confident, because why would you want to work with people who don't resonate with you, right? That's no fun. All right, so tomorrow, this has been really fun. Thank you for allowing me to share. Continue to post in the Facebook page group, rather. I'll continue to pop in there. Now, tomorrow is going to be really exciting because tomorrow is the place where two things are going to happen. Number one, I want to bring all the pieces together of this challenge and share the fifth P. And without this one, none of what we did so far is going to make a difference in your business. I know that's kind of a bold statement, but it's true. This fifth P, go ahead and guess. Come on, guys. I want to see some guesses. Is the part that allows everything we've done so far come to life. Okay? Pretty cool. I created some curiosity. All right. And I want to be totally transparent with you. I am going to be inviting you into something very special that I've created that I have not shared with anybody yet. It's brand new. I've been working so hard on it. You're going to be blown away. I think you're going to be blown away by what for you guys. I'm excited. So anyway, that's what we're going to do tomorrow. So make sure you join us, and I continue to connect with you guys in the Facebook group. Thank you so much for being a part of this challenge with me, for being on this journey. Mish says promote. Ooh, that's not the fifth P. Oh, good guess though, Mish. I like it. All right. I love it. Okay, now Mish says public speaking. Nope, but I like the guessing. It's fun. Okay, keep guessing, you guys. All right, I'll see you. Have fun. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.